Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? It is your boy Silver Fox, and today we are going to be talking about something very controversial. So yesterday, I go on my Twitter. I see that Henry Cavill has been not ousted, but rumors are going around that he's probably not going to be the next Superman in the next Superman movie. We've always kind of known that Henry hasn't always been slated to be the future Superman. Personally, I loved Man of Steel. Personally, Batman vs Superman was that was something. Batman vs Superman, that was something. But man, I can't wrap my head around Henry Cavill was a great Superman in Man of Steel. He was great. I loved him. That's my opinion. I know a lot of people didn't really like the movie itself. It got 75% from the audience's view on Rotten Tomatoes, and I know 91% of people like the video for like the Google kind of like search when you search it up. So I mean, amongst the fans, it was pretty well received for the most part, and I believe that. I really liked what Henry Cavill did in Man of Steel. Batman vs Superman, on the other hand, and Justice League, it just wasn't great. Just not because of him, but because of everything else that was going around. Now, if you're gonna restart or kind of push the restart button on the DC universe, because it hasn't really come off the ground yet. It's been Man of Steel and Wonder Woman, who have been the best movies from the franchise so far. There's only been 4 so far, so I mean they got 2 out of 4 in my opinion. Batman vs Superman and Justice League were not that great. But if you're gonna start or kind of just hit the restart button and be like, all right, let's kind of don't get rid of probably the second most well-received character that you guys have. I would even say that the Superman, Henry Cavill, and Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot are tied for first in the kind of popularity contest. Who, if you had to choose someone to kick out to like kind of restart, it would be Ben Affleck. Might be Jason Momoa. Probably not though. He's probably second most popular. But anyways, you're not. He just shouldn't do that. Especially Henry Cavill, man. He's great. He's had a great few years behind him. I know he can do better because he did great. Like I said, he did great in Man of Steel, and it wasn't his fault that Batman vs Superman, and Justice League weren't well received. That's not his fault. He's a great actor as Superman. I believe, in my opinion, he's probably second or first best. Now, let's get to the real talk of rumors here. So that's always been kind of a rumor, Superman and Batman might be reslated. Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck, they're probably going to leave. That's always been a rumor running around. Nothing's ever been cemented in. But now, I believe it's been cemented in. Someone from Henry Cavill's corner said that, talks aren't going well. So we're going to probably just not even continue with talks. So in come the fans and the rumors. Michael B. Jordan, Idris Elba, Oscar Isaac, John Hamm. What stupid options those are. And trust me, there is no other person who is a bigger fan than all 4 of those men. I love Michael B. Jordan. I love Idris Elba. I love John Hamm, and I am a huge fan of Oscar Isaac. We're both Guatemalan, so we kind of got that. We kind of got that, that love going on. Obviously he doesn't know me. He doesn't have the love for me, but I got the love for him because he's repping. But anyways, that's totally besides the point. Those are not good options for someone to play Superman. I can tell you why. Oscar Isaac, he's already Poe. First of all, I mean that's just out of the question. He's Poe. He's one superhero, quote unquote superhero, and that's good enough for him. And that's not even, Superman is in a totally different level of superheroism. You know what I'm saying? So that's just out of the question. I don't think Oscar Isaac would be a good cast of Superman. He just doesn't have it, in my opinion. I literally can't picture him playing Superman on the big screen. It would hurt my heart. Because for all 4 of the men that I just mentioned, I believe that if they did indeed take this part, it would ruin their career. Anyways, John Hamm. He has been in serious roles before, definitely. But he's also been in very funny comedic roles. Henry Cavill's also, he's been in some comedic roles here and there. Not really, but I can't imagine John Hamm, again, being Superman. I can't picture it. I really can't. Does he have the demeanor, and do all four of these men have great, because, Superman's all about physique as well. Do all four of these men have a great physique? Yes. Do these men have the demeanor? Do these men have the stature? Do these men have the exuberance, I guess, or lack thereof of exuberance to play Superman? Because in these past 3 movies that Superman has been in, he's been quite stoic and calm and almost godlike, quite honestly. Well, because he is to them. But I just can't imagine seeing Oscar Isaac or John Hamm playing such a stoic, godlike figure in a movie of that magnitude. All right, now Michael B. Jordan and Idris Elba. Now, please, God, I'm going to say this, and I know I'm just starting. I only have 2 subscribers, but who knows how many views this video will get? Probably like 3. I don't know, but I'm going to say this. Those 2 men, no, absolutely 0% prejudice or anything, but Superman is not black. I'm sorry. Like I said when I first started mentioning these men, I am a huge fan of both of these gentlemen. They are amazing people in real life, especially Michael B. Jordan. All he does for communities and whatnot, in minority communities, in impoverished communities, all he does for that, and he gives hope to minorities and African American communities because he is such a great star, as does Chadwick Boseman, people like that. And Idris Elba, who's English and African American, he also, people might not look up to him as much because, again, he's English, so people from America would rather look up to someone like Chadwick and Michael B. Jordan. I take nothing away from what these men have done in their careers because they have done great things in their acting careers and outside of acting. They've done amazing things. But Superman, I'm sorry, he's not black. He just isn't. That's just how it is. You can't. Superman's been around longer than both of those men, and he's always been, a fair-skinned kind of, light-skinned character. In my opinion, that's out of the question because, again, like I said earlier, I think that would ruin both of their careers because if they do that, if these fans push that agenda to, get more minority characters in huge movies like this, and then critics and even fans who wanted them in criticize them and say what kind of performance was that, or I wasn't expecting that was terrible, stuff like that, it's gonna ruin their career. And I think that could very possibly happen to both of these men if they take this role. Now, you ask me who should continue on the Superman helm, who should take up the cape, who should bring up and continue to portray all of those weaknesses and powers. I think Henry Cavill should continue to be Superman. That's it. That's the final word on it. Off the top of my head, if I could think of someone off the top of my head, then I would suggest them to replace Henry Cavill. I cannot think of any other man or woman on this earth that acts, that is a huge person that would draw in millions of dollars, because this isn't just about putting someone up on the screen in Superman's costume. This is about money as well. It's a business. Movie making is a business, and you can't just throw me up on the screen and put Superman and expect it to make millions, even if I do a good acting job, which I probably wouldn't. But Henry Cavill is, like I said earlier, is probably the best Superman that we've had in a very, very long time. The Christopher Reeves Supermans will always be legendary, but I think that Henry Cavill is the best Superman that we've seen. Also, if you're going by the Christopher Reeve Superman, he almost is identical to the physique and look of what Superman is portrayed to look like. So, in my opinion, Henry Cavill's familiar with the role already. He's always in shape. He's always looking like Superman. He's just come off of Mission Impossible, which was greatly received for the most part. He's got everything it takes to be and continue to be Superman. Obviously, I would love him to continue to be Superman, and so would millions of other fans. They would love him to continue to be Superman. But from what I've heard, there's a lot of variables in this planning of the next Superman appearance or Superman movie. There's a lot of variables to deal with for Henry, so I can understand that if he's doing bigger and better things and moving on from this lackluster franchise, I can 100% understand that. I want him to continue his career and be successful because that's what he's doing right now. He didn't shave off. I know that it wasn't his choice to not shave off his beard, but he didn't shave off his beard for Mission Impossible, and that was one of the best Mission Impossible movies that there has been. You know, I would love to see him continue on his career, but I would also love him to be Superman still and continue on his career. But again, I mean, that's probably not possible. And also for the four men that I've mentioned that have been probably at the forefront of the topic of discussion for new Superman, I believe all four of those men should also continue on their careers and not worry about what the fans have to say. Because in my opinion, like I said, if any of these four men decide to pick up the cape and pick up the mantle of Superman and fail, their career could very well likely not end, but take a turn for the worst. Because like I said, I don't want their careers to end. I love all four of those men. I've watched the majority of what they've done. It would just hurt me, and it would hurt all their fans, and it would hurt the fans of superhero movies in general to see them and the movie take a turn for the worst, take a dive. I think that they should just continue on with Henry Cavill, continue on with Jason Momoa, continue on with Gal Gadot. They should continue on with that trio. They should bring in Green Lantern, bring in Martian Manhunter, something like that, so the franchise can feel authentic, so the franchise can feel like the TV series. I mean, come on. The TV series and the animated movies are doing better than this. I mean, that's all I have to say. But thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments below on who you think should be Superman or who you think should be Batman, because those two characters are clearly up for grabs. Thank you guys for watching. It's been your boy Silver Fox. I am out. Peace.